Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. Apologies for those who might have gotten the confusion. I did have a live stream set for 9 o'clock, but that's for tomorrow night, so I had to switch that. Um, James, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, that discussion I'm gonna definitely have tomorrow night. I'll have a little bit more peace and more clarity on that. Cool gamer, what's going on? First things first, hopefully everybody had a blessed and productive Tuesday. Hopefully everybody was smoothly able to get through the work day, through the school day with your kids. And for those that's in the city, if you gotta be out and about, be careful because apparently sanitation didn't do what they were supposed to do this year. Uh, I didn't really see no sanitation trucks throwing down no solar, anything along those lines. So certain spots of the city is definitely black ice and it's definitely slippery. So please make sure you keeping yourself safe. Make sure you got the boots or the sneaks with the grip on them. And if you don't need to be speeding or running or doing anything along those lines, carefully tread as you walk. At least until some of the ice is melted down. Workflow as always, but I ain't gonna be doing much tonight. Icy conditions. A lot of y'all gonna be suffering icy conditions, even if you didn't get that much snow. But make sure you keeping yourself safe. Period. Don't need to be hurting yourselves or God forbid splitting skulls. Just keep yourself safe. James, what's going on, my guy? Serious, what's going on, baby? Appreciate everybody that tuned in earlier this afternoon for the conversation. Definitely was a good one. Missed it, catch the replay definitely. Tonight is not so much as a freestyle. I'm going to be dusting off on a couple of little things. Um, One of the topics I am going to call it down the middle as I see, as I always do. And some of the topic is what I started talking about earlier about these young men basically ruining their lives over the simplest thing like beer. Sharonda, what's going on, baby? Hope all well with you, baby. Um, I gotta call it down the middle on that. For those who might not have been aware, these young men just got sentenced basically for one of them just got sentenced. I don't know about the other two. But basically these three young men took an officer's life over again, beer. I feel that's the saddest thing in the world when you take somebody's life, especially over something that you could either bought or something that you shouldn't even be delving into. And all of them looked like they wasn't old enough to be drinking in the first place. This is another thing I'm saying. You gotta call things down the middle. Because I'm quite sure they wasn't doing all that stuff in the beginning with. And if they was, that's because lack of parenting. Hammer, what's going on, baby? Now see I could call it down the middle and I could blame both. I could blame the child and I could also blame the parent. I could blame the parent because obvious you really wasn't being a focal point of your kid's life for your kid to run out and do stuff like that. And I would have to blame the kid too because guess what? You still had a decision to make. All of you still had decisions to make. You didn't necessarily have to do what you did to try to achieve something. And then look, you didn't even really achieve nothing. What did you really gain out of that? You gained what? Moment of freedom for a little bit, and then you ended up getting caught. Keith, what's going on, my guy? See, on that note, I would have to again blame both. I would have to blame the parents because what were the parents doing? Why aren't y'all making sure that your kid is actually out there doing something progressive with themselves? Why are you not having watchful eyes out to keep that notion? Um, it goes on both angles because again, essentially, the result was somebody lost their life and left behind a wife and kids. Somebody that had been on the force about 20 years, probably would have been retiring. The fact that I'm off duty and I gotta worry about something like that happening, I shouldn't have to. See, again, I'm gonna have to speak again to my young brothers and sisters out there because you are the main ones. I'm not saying nobody else is not doing shit. Let's get this clear. But you stay finding ways for them to put y'all in the bad light. There's things you don't necessarily have to do. Again, essentially it starts from home. Now we know in certain cases when certain things have happened and these people finally get arrested, we see their backgrounds, and some of them really don't come from a good background. They probably don't really have nobody guiding them or guarding them except for maybe a grandparent, an uncle, or something along those lines. And even if they got a parent, or if they got both parents, if they not solely paying attention to their kid, guess what? The kid is going to be doing exactly everything under the sun that they wouldn't or shouldn't be doing. Yeah, because again, you essentially. Oh wait, see, Tanya, I'm glad you brought that up. Because trust me, that's what they're going to start doing from now on in some of these states and countries. That's what they're going to start doing. If you are essentially not doing what you're supposed to be doing as a parent, you're going to get charged. If your kid is going out here, prime example, and they're doing certain things that they shouldn't be doing, and you ain't checking them, you're going to jail now. Why? Because again, you are the one that brought them into the world. You are supposed to be the ones being their safety, their guardian, their net, their everything. If you were just allowing them to crash out, it's essentially your fault. Just like prime example, how many times, if that's just like if you got a child that's under the stature, prime example, because we know there's some kids, yeah, for you to hit juvenile hall, you got to be at least what 12 or 13 now. So imagine if your child is doing a whole bunch of whatever before that, to the point of constantly keep getting pulled over, constantly keep getting sent home, or what can you do with somebody that's not even 10 years old yet? Brothers, what's going on, my guy? What can you do with a child that's not even 10 years old? What can you do with a child that's not even a juvenile? You know, again, you parents are going to have to start getting it together. And I'm speaking to those who need to hear it. Start getting it together, especially if you got more than one child. Do you want all your children to fail, or do you at least want them to be successful? I mean, it's time to really open up that notion right there. What would you do if your child is under the age, again, to where they can't get arrested? They only, there are kids out there who are getting away scot free because what can you do to somebody? Juice, what's going on, baby? Nah, I hear you, Keith. I hear you. But you gotta essentially ask that question. What are you gonna do? And at some point, they even gotta come to reason to know that, look, you think you're gonna keep getting in trouble by the law, or you think you're gonna keep getting wrapped up and sent home, or you're gonna keep getting. No, at some point, they're gonna get tired of it. And at some point, your parents are gonna have to be the ones to take your fault. Word, Keith. Happy birthday to the young one, and again, more blessings. I understand that, bro. Shit, I would rather be home right now, but I'm at work right now, and yeah, I gotta be careful even when I come out my booth. My bad, y'all. Had to come out here for a second to check something, but nonetheless, again, there's some kids who are already with that notion of I could do what I want to do, and nobody's gonna stop me because I'm a kid. But they even need to learn lessons because guess what? Yeah, you might be right for right now. Prime example. Even if you was 11, 12 years old, by law they still can't do nothing. But imagine you got this notion in your head that I could keep doing this. Ain't nothing gonna happen. And then you get wrapped up around time, let's say it's your 13th birthday. Oh, now you're gonna go through. See, because some of y'all have this stuck in your mind that I can continuously be as bad as I want to be. And nobody can tell me anything, nobody can dictate anything to me. But you're gonna be in a whirlpool of trouble. Kid you not. Oh no, I am serious. I just had to come out here and smoke my black. You know, wanted to fucking smoke in the booth, but I ain't doing that. um, but nah, more and more though, like you gotta start guiding them more, guiding them to something better. You know, you have to. Start setting better boundaries, foundations for them. Because again, now if your child, prime example, is well under the age, they running around with people, they robbing, they stealing, they could possibly be killing, right? You don't think at some point something gonna stop them? Something will stop them. Because at some point, if don't nobody try to intervene or try to at least help, that one is gonna fall and hit a brick wall real hard. That brick wall, shoot, that brick wall is going to be what it is, a brick wall. You might break a face on it, you know, because again, you could run around problems, you could jump over them, slide under them. But those same problems you facing day in and day out, they're going to be right in your face. And I'm sorry, but in that case right there, I was speaking about earlier, wasn't no young kid. Well, you could say a young adult, but he wasn't no baby. But yet and still, you knew what to do. You didn't have to do it. Your friends didn't have to. It don't matter who pulled the trigger. You didn't have to do it. And I would say that in all aspects when it comes to certain crimes and even certain murders that didn't need to happen, you didn't have to do it. And see, now in the same token, a lot of y'all suffering that. A lot of y'all really listening and looking and saying, damn, I should not even did that. That was pointless of me to do. But it's already too late. You done went there already. If at any time your soul is telling you that this is not the right move to make, you need to listen to it. It will save you, trust me. We get tired of, and again, shouts to Shep because Shep said something that's true. We always are the ones that are getting looked at when it comes to crime, drama, and everything else. And I'm not saying that nobody else is committing crimes. No, I'm not saying that. But there are certain crimes we know for a fact we never thought to do. We didn't go that far. Because again, we valued life. We valued the principles. It ain't like that no more. Because nobody is setting the morals and the standards of principles, ethics, and morals. Yes, it does start from home. And it also starts within the people in your community. You still need to be watchful and mindful of who you got around. Again, for anybody that might be out in the city or anywhere where you done got some snow or got some major storms, try to keep yourself warm, whether you working the night shift or not. Keep yourself warm and just try to keep yourself safe out there for real. Now again, you went with the intent on stealing, which again, you shouldn't have to think about stealing all the time. You should think about trying to focus, and I actually mean focus, on getting yourself right. Should not be your sole focus on I gotta rob the next brother man or the next sister or the next whoever just to get a come up. And then again, look, those come ups don't last. Now you gotta figure out another way to come up and get something that you might want or that you might need. And this is what I'm saying. You know, gotta start setting those tones again. Start setting those trends again of morals and ethics. Because again, if I'm a parent, I should not have to worry about my child not doing the best they should be trying to do. I don't care what's going on in society or the world around me. My job as a parent is what it is, to make sure that my offspring is at least trying to have the best type of life. Yes, being your own person, creating your own personality, but in the same token, still following the standards that need to be followed. Spection, what's going on, my guy? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. I'm gonna drop the link at some point in case anybody want to chime in on the topic. But it's just a few things to dust off. Again, you essentially have three people who will be, well, shoot, one already got sentenced to death. We don't know what the other two are going to get, but we know they definitely going to get a high sentence because guess what? You were still a part of a crime that led into a homicide. And they ain't trying to let that go. I don't care if you was just a getaway driver. You were still a part of the action and the act. So yes, they're going to take you. If you don't think so, some of y'all better go back and watch some of those episodes of the first 48. Because look how many of those people, even if they didn't actually do anything, you were still a part of the crime. I remember that one episode. They had three people. They had the three key people they needed out of the four. The fourth person, the only reason why it took them a minute to catch him was because he tried to be smart. He tried to get the fuck away, but it didn't work. Because at some point they had to come back to him because again, essentially, you were the driver. They have your car leaving the scene. Joe, what's going on, baby? You might think you're not doing something. Oh, I ain't doing nothing. I just dropped them off. It don't matter. You dropped them off to do something that you know for a fact wasn't right. So yeah, they're gonna take you down too. Guilty by association. And that's the problem now. There's some of you who, again, not thinking for yourself. You're only thinking about you and your group or you and your peeps. You're not thinking, damn, if we get caught, what's going to happen? Damn, if we get caught, I wonder if everybody going to stay solid. And there's some of you who are committing crimes with people, and then look, those same people you just committed crimes with are the ones that are flipping the ball on you. So again, you got to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Is it really worth me doing 25 to life for doing something that I possibly didn't need to do? No. Again, why am I going to waste my time in a system when I could be out in the world trying to benefit myself and try to be beneficial for the people around me? This is just my view and opinion on it. I can never see myself going off that deep end for no reason. And some of y'all doing it because, again, you following the crowd. You think you doing something good. I don't condone robbery and stuff like that. But if you are going to be out there living how you live, nobody should have to worry about being attacked on any level or possibly laid up in the hospital from injuries or worse. I'm sorry. If I was out here in these streets, and I'm just using me as a prime example, if I was out in these streets and I'm going by the street code, I'm getting it how I live, I would still have a moral understanding about myself. Number one, I'm not attacking nobody while they with their parents, not attacking nobody while they with their children. I'm not attacking nobody if they around family, period. It's just real rap right there. Not gonna do that. See, because I'm from the era where people actually had morals and integrity. Even the street niggas had morals and sense. Some things just was never going to be done because, again, that right there would cause all the wrong actions and all the wrong retaliations. I couldn't see myself running down on somebody and trying to take somebody's life in front of their mother, their grandmother, their kids, their wife. I'm not going to do no shit like that. Not going to do it because, again, I didn't come from that cloth. No, I was never a street nigga. I ran the streets, but I know how to hold my own even when I was in the streets. And there's just things I wasn't getting into that I knew if it's really street involved in street time. Now I'm not doing that because I know what comes with that. You know, that's what I'm saying. Some of these things you plan to do could go terribly wrong. And you're not thinking about the all in all consequence of that. You went to go quote unquote rob somebody or do a home invasion. You got nervous, done shot somebody, or you stabbed somebody, or because you feel you don't want nobody witnessing nothing, you try to take them out. Now again, what's the purpose of that? Again, I'm not condoning nothing as far as because I feel like this: when you robbing and stealing from people, especially those who actually work hard, you're only saying that again. You're too lazy to invest in yourself. You don't know how hard some of these people work for the things that they have gotten or the things that they are receiving now. And for you to be somebody that didn't want to put in the work on yourself, now you feel, oh, I gotta get this person. I gotta get this person. Prime example, there was a report that I just seen earlier. 13-year-old boy got jumped. And it looked like in the video, it looked like it's two dudes and a girl. This is what I'm saying. I got caught down the middle. The same way I say it's the young men out there wilding, no, it's the young women too. There's some young women out there who are wilding. And they are running around with these young boys thinking that this is what it is. All squad up in gang, right? Until something actually happens. This boy got jumped and beat with belts and robbed for his sneakers. They're going back to that bullshit. Robbing people for sneakers and clothing. Like, this is how you know it's starting to get real bad on all levels. It's getting, like I said, there's certain things that I've always felt is going to be a repeating door or it's going to be a revolving door. This is one of them. Now people are getting robbed for clothes, cell phones, stuff along those lines, stuff that some of y'all should be fighting for. You want this? Go invest in yourself so you can get the stuff you want and need. See, there's some of you who will cry because you might be coming from a household where guess what? They go and do everything by the book. There is no shortcuts again in life. I said this earlier and I'm going to say it again. There is no shortcuts in life. And whatever shortcut you think you might have, it's not going to give you the longest of prosperity. I could have been on a robbing spree, prime example, robbed a few stores or even a bank. How far I think I'm going to get when I got to spend more than I'm getting to make sure I don't get caught? Make it make sense. Why would I put myself in that position when I could have just solely invested in myself and went out to go work? And see, again, some of y'all crying, but you see what's going on now. We got migrants coming in at a fast pace. There are a lot of y'all who are not getting specific programs and things done, or you're not getting calls on certain applications because now look, they are more focused on trying to quote unquote acclimate, these quote unquote refugees, these migrants. And see, right now, as we are in the presidency of this dude, we see again, he opened up the floodgates to a degree. And he opened up the floodgates to a point where now some of y'all really are going to be crying and moping. Yo, I'm not getting no nothing. These people are getting. This is why people have been saying this for the longest in different categories of fashion. That some of y'all are going to have to start finding ways to get yourselves together. Like, come on now. But this is what I'm saying. You have to understand what it is for real. We've been given so many warnings and opportunities to start bettering ourselves just in case of changes in the world that could affect us. And yet and still, we bypassed that. Why? Because we were solely focusing on distractions. See, some of you are distracted by, again, materialistic things, which will cause you to make decisions that you wouldn't have normally made. But again, it is solely about, again, thinking for yourself, not just going along with what everybody is doing and what everybody is saying. No, you have to be your own person. And see, in certain instances, you don't know how to be your own person because you feel the minute you decide that, your peoples ain't going to be peoples no more. Your peoples are going to look at you weird. I spoke about this a little bit yesterday about how this is a stigma amongst the melanated community that the minute we don't do certain things or we move a different way from how everybody else is moving, oh, we not part of this, or we not for the people, or we're not melanated enough. So I don't eat pig feet, hog moles, stuff like that. That means I'm not melanated just because I don't eat the shit that you eat. Make it make sense. A stigma the minute I don't eat certain foods, I don't listen to certain music, I go by my own tune. Oh, I'm not a brother. Oh, I'm not a sister. That got to stop. I know people right now that are into nothing but anime and stuff like that. Do I treat them any differently? Hell no. For what? They still my brothers and my sisters, regardless to what. It's not about. It's not about how you are living your life. It's not really about that. It's more about what you added into your life and what gives you happiness and balance. Some people ain't gonna like the fact that you move different. Some people ain't gonna like the fact that you are gonna always be one on or one up against something. Yeah, because it's just how it's supposed to be. Nah, Spec, I know you laughing, but it's the truth. I've never seen the dumbest shit in the world like that. Because I don't think the way you think, I don't move the way you move. I'm not a brother. And you can't do that. You can't dictate other people's lives. You can't live other people's lives. You can't tell them what to say, what to do, how to move. Oh, when we move, you moving with us. No. If y'all were planning on going to do something that I know is going to get y'all fucked over in the long run, I don't have to come with you. Let y'all go on your own. Let me know how that works out. You can say everything you want to say about me. Call me smart at the end of the day because I didn't fall down the trap you fell down. If I know you want to do something that could be ill or it could turn left, well, let me know how that works out. Cause I ain't doing it. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Oh, because I don't watch specific shows, I don't do specific things that everybody else would be doing. That makes me less of a brother. That makes me less of a sister, and so on and so forth. Because I don't play sports, not me, but I'm just saying in general. This how the stigma is. So because I don't do this, I'm not a part of y'all. I'm not a part of the community. Make it make sense. Like that stigma, we gotta eliminate. Because again, we can't dictate everybody flow, man. We can't dictate how everybody move, how they live their life, how to be happy in life. We can't do that. And some people will try to dictate or manipulate certain situations because, again, that's a weak minded tactic. I want to keep this person just as low as I am. I'm sorry, I'm calling it down the middle the way I need to call it down the middle. Now, in this situation with this young boy getting jumped and attacked and beaten with belts just for a pair of sneakers, so you embarrass somebody just for something of face value that you could have went and got yourself. Don't make no sense, man. Nah, I know that's a whole fact, spec. I already know that part. Because again, some people feel, well, if you my friend, you gotta move the way I move. You gotta do the things I say. No, nigga, I don't gotta move away because you want me to move that way. What if I feel I don't want to move that way for good reason? I'm following my gut instinct. You want to sit there and still try to come at me about it? Hey, come at me all you want to. But I'm still not changing my mind on that. And that's what some people have to understand too, again, about living your own, living your own life. The only person that really should be making any dictation in your life is yourself. What makes me happy? What makes me successful? What's going to keep me on that successful field? You can't be a narcissist and think that you're going to keep friends around you. The only friends you'll keep around you are the ones that think like you and move like you. And even that could be a problem. Because now at some point, they're going to try to dictate something onto you. And you might actually go along with it. Can't. Can't do that, man. Bro, what's going on, my guy? But see, this is the stigma that's put on us. If we all ain't doing the same thing together, then we all ain't in the same faction. That don't mean shit. I done had a faction of people that, listen, we all was different in our ways. We was set in our ways as far as we knew what we liked, what we didn't like. We knew what to put around us and not to put around us. And we all came from different parts of the tracks. So let's try this again. You got to start thinking for yourself. Don't let your quote unquote gang or anybody else think for you. If you feel something is wrong and it's not the right move, then you should follow that because that will definitely save your life. We appreciate you for dropping all those links, serious baby. Working harder than Mike Tyson in the third round of boxing match, baby. You know, but again, you got to think about it. Why would I sit there and allow somebody to tell me what I should be doing with my life? Make it make sense. It's my life to live, right? So that means, in that same token, I gotta do what's right. I want to be here longer. I want to make sure I'm being successful on all angles. I gotta fucking do something at some point. You know, Mr. Truth. Like, why would I sit here and allow morals and everything to be compromised or even sacrificed because you want me to do something. Why you don't do it if you feel a type of way? Don't encourage the madness. I see you on here laughing. Don't encourage the madness. Too early. It's too early. Trying to be serious here. Trying to be serious. No, but you got to be real about that. Yo, son, I think we got a lick, son. We about to go do this, down the third, son. You down? Nope. Come on, son. You might as well get down with us, bro. We all going to get a little even, and this is down the third. I don't care. I don't care what you thought you was getting. I'm not going to be a part of none of that. I'm sorry. I'm just not. Call me. You can call me the P word. You call me whatever the hell you want to call me, and I'm going to sit there and laugh at you when you're the one sitting there locked up looking like a fool, and I'm the one still making moves on the outside. Nah, inspection. This is just me in a nutshell, bro. Tell a friend to tell a friend, nigga, on this shit again. I'm on the shit. I'm on my own shit. Because again, I gotta lead by my own examples. I gotta lead by my own principles. What might work for me ain't gonna work for everybody. Prime example. I could have a bunch of friends right now that I know for a fact they ain't never do no type of work. You think they gonna get me to get with them on some quick scheme shit? I don't know. Yeah, I keep doing what y'all doing. Don't be mad when everybody is still out and about living their life and you stuck in a cell. BMF, don't tell me to lower my voice and you ain't coming here with my damn scratch off tickets. See, we not gonna be doing that, bro. I told you every time I don't see a scratch off emoji, son, we gonna have a fight. What's going on, my guy? What's going on? Give me 1 second, y'all. Nah, I hear you, bro. Yeah, y'all know how to mess with the people, though. No, but it's the truth, though. Come on, let's keep it real. You think I'm gonna allow somebody that's not either A, paying my bills, not laying down with me, so on and so forth, dictate to me. And even the people like that couldn't dictate shit to me. I move the way I move as long as I'm keeping myself above ground and from behind the wall and from an early grave. I'm happy doing whatever the hell it is I'm doing. I don't have to be down for something that you're down for. You got some people that'll even get mad, prime example, on the simplest things. I'm going to speak to some of y'all youth out there. You might have friends who are narcissists and you don't see it as of yet. Start paying attention. Black guy, what's going on? Start paying attention. If you got one of those friends that it seems like they don't want you to do anything that's making you happy, you don't need them around you. Because 9 out of 10, they're going to be a downfall. Because it seems like almost everything positive you're trying to think about or trying to incorporate, they're going to knock that down. Again, you can take advice, especially when it's advice that's needed and is being given at the right time. But you can't sit there and try to expect everybody to dictate your flow of life. Wake up, man. Start thinking for yourself. Do I really want to embarrass myself, my family, or the people around me for doing something I ain't necessarily have to do? Or let me just use this as a prime example too. Just picture you did 17 years of your life in jail just to come home and not even be home a month and go back to jail for another couple years. What's the sense? There's some of you who you made your mistakes, you did your time, you came home, you did a complete 180 on your life, and you are now successful because of it. Because you took the time and the recognition to realize I can't keep doing this shit. This ain't getting me nowhere. I'm wasting valuable time inside when I could be outside making something happen for me and mine. Tanya, what's going on, baby? And the sad part about it again, there's some of you who have to really be mindful of who your friends are. Because again, my friend should be who they are. That means not just uplifting me and not just being a yes man, but just having my best interest at heart, like I would have this. You think I'm gonna allow my boy, my cousin, my god brother, and I'm talking about people I see every day. You think I would allow them, even if they thought to get on that type of time? You think I'm gonna allow them to crash out? Hell no. I'm gonna speak them down on whatever they thought about doing. But hey, if they decide that's what they're gonna do, then I can't do nothing. I did my part as a friend. There's no need for me to crash out trying to make sure that they don't crash out. It ain't gonna happen. Now look, in this instance, what I was speaking about with the young men, y'all just completely crashed out. Now it's costing you your life. I think this is in Greensboro. Yeah, that story was from Greensboro. Seeing in some of these states they ain't playing. It does not matter if you're a cop, does not matter if you're a postman, whatever the hell your opposition is. If your life got taken, guess what? The person that did it, they gonna lose theirs as well. And that's what I'm saying. The fact that you shot 5 times, that's bad right there. Because in some instances, an attempt murder is already an automatic 15 to 20. So now that you done went the distance, what you think you gonna get behind that? Again, if you're gonna try to build yourself in life, yeah, we know this. Sometimes you're gonna make the ultimate mistakes. Those ultimate mistakes, a lot of times, don't have to be the downfall for your life. Prime example, I might have put all my money into a stock thinking that it was going to blow up and I could have lost everything, right? That doesn't, again, dictate my life. And that does not push me in any further abundance than where I'm at right now. All right, I took a loss. How can I recorrect this situation so it don't happen again? Again, it's essentially about thinking, critical thinking, and effective listening. Somebody could have been giving you something that was a gem and a jewel, but you missed it because you wasn't paying attention to it. You have to pay attention in life. Now, again, some of y'all are coming from good backgrounds. Probably got both mother and father. They probably love you to death and trying to make sure you got everything that you need as far as succession in life. But there's no way in the hell you going to tell me you're not embarrassing your family by doing the shit you don't. Since when has it ever become cool to start beating up and robbing the elderly folks, the mentally disabled folks? When has that ever been cool? When has that ever been really accepted? This generation has changed because nobody is setting the tone. And in my opinion, it's nothing but these young folks that are trying to set the tone, that shit that the adults are supposed to be doing, the elders are supposed to be doing. There are some who are doing that. I'm not going to say they're not, but they still have less numbers than they should have. Why? Because nobody wants to be involved no more. Everybody has just gone with this notion of just quit. It makes no sense. No, you got to keep beating that drum. You got to keep beating that drum until at some point it resonates with people. Like yesterday was mostly a direct message for my melanated folk. Before I got into my generalness of anything, I had to speak to my people. And again, I'm not taking nothing from the ones who actually have been and made great accomplishments towards us as far as trying to build and elevate. I can't knock those ones. I could always give them the utmost respect because they were a critical part of us at least getting back to a notion of being great builders, leaders, and thinkers. I can't really give praise to those who allowed certain things to transpire the way they did. Now, seeing the same instance, I would say even on the gang tip, there was some of these gangs, and to this day, some of these gangs, there's a small handful of them, that actually still stick by the old principles. Nah, we're not killing our own, we're not killing our community. We're trying to do what we need to do. Because they're going by their old standards. We want to see better. We need better. The ones that want to continue to fall down at the spear, let them. Again, you can only reach those who want to be reached, that actually want to learn something, and actually want to be something. You can't do that with everybody else. Because not everybody else is going to think the same, and not everybody going to feel the same. Which again, I feel is the worst thing in the world because the numbers at one point again was working with us and not against us. I'm going to say for those who need to hear it, yes. Now I'm speaking again to my melanated people. I'm speaking to my young fellas right now because there's some of y'all who are just running around being too fast, too careless. If you are not prepared to have any type of responsibilities as far as children is concerned, please start wrapping it up. There's a reason why protection is still being made as we speak now. Because some of y'all are not thinking. Oh, my pull-out game strong. All it takes is some pre-cum for 9 months to happen. Or act like that's not the case. Look it up yourself. Start being more responsible. And I'm calling it the way I need to call it. I'm speaking on the brothers first. Because again, there's some of y'all running around, you only thinking with your little head and not thinking with your actual head. Your little head is going to get you in trouble. Why? Because again, you're solely focusing on lust aspects of things. Oh yeah, I definitely gotta take Shorty down. Oh yeah, I definitely gotta do this. I definitely gotta do that. What is that getting you? But headaches and hassles. And again, if you're not prepared for the 9 months later or the 18 years of whatever, you don't need to be out here wilding for respect. And guess what? If you found out you did something, you slipped up, now it's time for you to man up and take responsibility. I would say again, be mindful of who you giving your energy to on all levels. You need to start really again thinking before you do it. Now, if you know for a fact you taking the time out to get to know somebody and the personality ain't where you want it to be, or if it's just not settling for you, that don't necessarily mean you still make the moves on trying to put a baby in it. I'm sorry. There's some of y'all who cried and moaned about your baby mothers, but you know what you was getting into. Prime example, if I know this woman is for the streets, why the hell would I lay up with her and put a baby in her? What am I going to change, especially if she's still going to be out there doing the same exact shit? Then vice versa. There's some of you women who putting yourselves in the trick bag. But I'm gonna get back to y'all in a minute. Gotta speak to the brothers first. Again, y'all have to think carefully. See, there's some of y'all who have gotten into the situation even with child support because again, you knew what the hell you was getting into. If you know for a fact it could be a situation where this girl is going to be spiteful or she's going to be vindictive and you feel it already, why put a baby in her? You're not listening to reason. You're not thinking critically. You're not. Think about it. Now, there's some of y'all who have made mistakes. For those who have made those mistakes and not, you know, y'all made the mistakes without fully knowing what was what. I can't get mad at y'all. As long as you are trying to do the best you possibly can for your child, that should be the most important thing. Again, why would I put a baby in somebody that I know is gonna be out here in these streets still doing her, even after that? Like, let's keep it real. And it's the same thing with some of you women. Why would you keep continuously laying down with people that don't have your best interests at heart? That are gonna be irresponsible. See, I'm gonna say this right now. There's some people who will saying, excuse my French, niggas ain't shit. Or men ain't shit. What men have you been around that you would sit there and say that all men ain't shit? You've been around the low vibrational ones. That's why you feel a type of way. But you can't take out your situations on everybody else. I could have got cheated on by a girl. You think I'm going to say every girl's a cheater? No. Can't say that because that one does not make up for everybody in that community. Again, once you hear the word pregnancy, all bets is off the table. Now it's time for both of y'all to get real serious. Fellas, again, if you don't plan on having any type of long-standing relationship, marriage, or anything with this woman that you are quote-unquote laying down with, then wear protection. It's best. Now, if you decide y'all going to go the step further and y'all going to be for each other, then hey, you let loose. Hopefully you have a clash of clans. But again, it's about trying to be with the right person. Now, again, for some who made those mistakes thinking that they was with the right person, things just unfolded the way it unfolded, I can't get mad at y'all, especially if you didn't go and make the same mistake twice. Only thing I can tell y'all, and that's on either end. Because, yeah, the same way we got single mothers, yeah, we got single fathers out there. But I would say y'all shouldn't be single forever neither. If you are comfortable with moving on and trying to build the best around you, then do so. You know, and that's the thing, though. Fellas, I don't care how good she look. I don't care how good the punani is. That do not mean I'm pulling this condom off if I know I'm not planning on being with this woman longer than 6 months, longer than a year. That's not happening. Not pulling that off for nothing. Just not. Me personally, always been smart. Yeah, keep protection on you just in case. Even if you get into some shit you're not expecting to. I'm not gonna be sitting there and oh shit, I ain't got no rebels. Fuck that, I want to do that. Nah, it's not that important then. If you was in a situation and now it didn't go there because of whatever, oh well. There's plenty of opportunities. You don't rush your opportunity because this is what you want. But it's both ways too, Will Keith. The same way a man got to understand what's what and start getting in tune, women got to get in tune too. From there, that's when you make your adjustments on what you want to do and how you want to do things. Okay, well, I see she don't like this. I see she don't like this, but she does love this and she does love this. All right, well, it's called compromise. Again, you know, you are supposed to find the person that fits you and complements you best. Grant that. But in the same token, I can't be with somebody if I know they're going to keep bringing me down. They're going to tear down every idea. They're going to talk to me all negative. Like, I can't do that. That's a form of disrespect, regardless. And there's some of you men who are not being men because there's no way I'm gonna allow my woman to talk to me any old type of way like I'm either her child or like I'm a fucking dog in the street. We ain't doing that. I will set you straight like I'm supposed to. I don't gotta get physical with you, but my mouth enough will have you like this nigga here. This is how I move. This is how some people should be moving. Calculating. Nobody should dictate anything to you. You should be able to control the dictation and the flow of your life. On both ends, for you men and you women out there. Be safe when it comes down to whatever it is you don't. If I had an opportunity and there's somebody that I've been trying to get at, and I write the opportunity presented itself, but I ain't prepared the way I was supposed to be prepared, oh well, I'll have to take that on the chin because it ain't worth it. I'm not gonna be sitting there dipping in nothing unprotectedly unless I know I'm planning on being with that person and we got a mutual understanding and a common ground on everything. Hi, Soda, what's going on, baby? Y'all already know if y'all just tuned in, the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know, that's the thing. You gotta be careful because again, there's some of you out there who don't care. You won't even use a condom. Oh, I know my pull-out game strong. All right. You gonna pull out and you gonna pull something back that you don't want. Especially if you ain't paying attention. Because see, this is another reason why we are having so many high dosages and high volumes of STDs and everything else being passed along because everybody is doing damn near everything under the sun and not being clean about it. It'd be your luck, fellas. You dip in the wrong girl, then you find out she had herpes. Now you done, and she done gave it to you on a spread out or how they say it, an outbreak. See, there's certain diseases that when it's an outbreak, nigga, you want to avoid going to the doctor, doing these medications and all these antibiotics. Keep yourself safe, man. You can't just put yourself into every woman unprotected. Can't. You know, and again, you know, you're going to have different people who have different ranges on how they want to deal with people. Prime example, if I know for a fact you one of those people that are for the streets, I'm not going to waste my time even hollering at you. If I hollered at you, it'd be for the night. Yo, what you trying to do for the night? And even still, I would have to be on protection mode because I'm not gonna just be. I don't care how damn bad you are. You can look like dead. You can look like Angela Bassett on them. That don't mean shit. That don't mean I'm gonna risk my health or anything just for that quote unquote just for that thrill of the night. Come on, there. You forgot the biggest killer as far as them STDs is HIV and AIDS. So again, you want to play around with your life, you want to play around with your health, you'll find out the hard way. Because if you don't end up with it 9 months later, you're gonna end up with something that you might not be able to get rid of. And how do you live life like that? Fellas, start being more responsible about yourselves and what you're getting yourselves into. Now I'm gonna speak on the ladies too, because some of y'all are doing the same exact thing some of these men are doing. You don't care who you laying down with. You don't care if they protected or not. You just want that feel for the night. But guess what? The same way a man can pull back something, you can end up pulling back something. You might lay with a man not knowing whatever, and now he done gave you something. Even if it's something that you can treat and get away, who want to go through all of that? Damn, Hassan. See, this is what I'm saying. See, most people want to go with that, oh, but I'm good, my pullout game, or oh no, I'm good, I'm this. No, you still can't take risk. You can't take risk on either end because you never know what could happen. Look, everybody gotta have standards, right? I don't need to necessarily need a paper to know if you clean or not. I could just spot it because I've been around situations where it's like, up, dodge the bullet, up, dodge the bullet. There you go, up, dodge another one. Like, come on. You know, again, you gotta think about yourself, your well-being, your health. How can you plan on being anything successful in life or being great in life if you're not even being bothered to take care of your health? The most primary thing you need to take care of. Come on now. Now, see, serious, I don't blame you on that. There are some women who are doing that right now. If I don't see this, you're not getting nothing. And you know, and there's some men who will get mad behind that. Oh, but look, you can't get mad. Somebody has a set standard already of what they want and what they don't want. Can't get mad when, again, this is somebody that's taking their health into consideration. The one thing I would say again, you have to take your health into consideration more than anything. You know, and again, everybody is going to have different levels to a sexuality and everything else. I can't tell everybody to be abstinent. I can't tell everybody not to go out there and do nothing. No. The most I can tell you and give you advice on is making sure that you're strapped up and protected. Oh, look at the little baby cat. My fault, y'all. I was about to walk out my booth. Thought that was a whole big ass raccoon. Nope. Look at the baby cat. Oh, you little fat fuck. My bad, y'all. No, I had to get a little intermission real quick. Oh, little fat fuck. Where you going? Where you going? You know, and you need to have those conversations. Honestly, you have to have serious conversations with people because, again, you don't know where everybody's mindset is at. Now, again, nah, son, what you saying is truth, though. You know, it's serious. You got all rights to do that too. Like most people, again, you have some people who are going to stand by that standard. Now, I need to make sure you ain't been or you ain't possibly giving me anything. And vice versa. You got some men who are like that. Nah, ma, if something don't seem right, it don't look right, I ain't touching it. But again, it's not so much as just searching for what you should be searching for. If you're going to be searching, you should be searching for something that's going to give you peace, balance, and also respect and love you the way you respect and love them. See, some of y'all say that you looking for love and all this extra stuff, but you not really showing that. What you're showing is that you're mostly just concerned about the physical aspect of things. What this person like. I wonder if this person got good this or good that. Should it fucking matter? You should be trying to find somebody that's going to treat you good, love you well, and make sure they keep you spiritually whole, regardless to what. She said, I don't do cats. Tanya, you good. There's a little fat, little furry fucker. Like, little nice little fat furry fucker. Nah, that's the sad part about it. Nah, real listen, that's the craziest part about it again. Is men and women out there who will cry and mope about, oh, there ain't no good ones out there. Oh, there ain't no, but y'all not taking your time to really search for them. What you're searching for is something that you feel is supposed to always just come with that. Listen, sex is always going to be a part of a relationship, whether you believe that or not. But that shouldn't be the sole thing you focused on. Just because you might be getting good dick or good pussy from somebody, I don't mean the relationship is going to be working out. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm being raw and uncut tonight. Let's keep it real. Nah, you not wrong, Hassan. Or nah. This on both ends. Most of y'all worried about shit before it even comes into fruition. The first thing you worried about is, damn, I know this is going to be great. I know that, man. Listen, you should be focusing on about the relationship being great. Me and you can have the best sex in the world. That don't mean shit if we got a terrible ass relationship. We cursing each other out. We arguing. We fighting over petty shit. We not sitting down and talking and communicating. It's not going to work, man. It's not going to work the way you think it's going to work. There's some people who are only in relationships because it's based on sex. The sex was that good that we can't break up. The fuck out of here. It's not always going to be the case. Come on, man. You supposed to be at work. What you want, Keith? No, what's going on, bro?
Peace and respect, brother Nate. How you tonight, brother?
Chilling, man. Trying to stay as warm as possible.
I feel you, man. Believe me, I'm out here in the cold too, working on this lumber truck, man, trying to do all this in here. But peace and respect to everybody in the chat, man. Everything you spoke tonight was spot on, good brother. Everything was spot on. It's about responsibility. You know what I mean? When it comes to our young men or young women, you know what I mean? It's pretty much all of this is learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? They watch the older ones and they manipulate the same characteristics. You know what I mean? The thing is, you got to learn how to not make the same mistakes. And but these are learned behaviors. You know what I mean? So in society, you know what I mean. You have to learn how to conduct yourself properly. You know what I mean? But you have bad examples, so you have no choice but to follow those bad examples, unless you find it in yourself to learn who you are first. You know what I mean? That's why I beat the drum about learning yourself. Otherwise, you're manipulating yourself to do the same thing that everybody else is doing, which makes you no different than everybody else. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's a whole fact. See, this the thing though. Um, I felt like this to a degree. Listen, you have to have some sort of structure and balance in your life. You're
That's right.
not gonna always get what you want. Again, you're supposed to focus on what you need. If what you need right now, prime example is love, and you need to be with somebody that's going to give you that, then yeah, you go look for it. But in the same token, you don't sit there and sacrifice your morals for it. You don't sacrifice
That's right.
anything you don't need to. You could compromise if you do come across somebody that's meeting you halfway. But see, the
Mhm.
prime example with some men and women out there is the fact that y'all have a list of things that you want and don't want, but you're solely focusing on things you don't want. The things
Mhm.
that you want and that you need, guess what? The things that you need could be right in front of you. But if you too busy focusing on the don'ts, you ain't gonna never find that out.
Major
Again, you are
facts, man.
supposed to let things flow naturally, nigga. Look, like if I meet somebody, I'm talking with them, we just chatting it up. I'm still trying to get to know you as far as let me see where you at. Because I do not need to try to pursue something with you or think about pursuing something with you if you ain't on the same page with me.
Major facts. And you know another factor, we move so fast in the society, you know what I'm saying, where everything has to be rapid, instant results. If it doesn't happen right away, the thing that I notice a lot of people don't have patience, self discipline, and patience. You know, that's a huge factor. But a lot of us, especially in our communities, we don't have that factor of being patient, learning how to let things be natural. You know what I'm saying? If you want something bad enough, work yourself up to get there, but don't kill yourself doing it. Things are going to come to you naturally. But a lot of us don't have that mindset, you know, based off of, again, influences, stuff that we listen to on the radio, stuff that we see in movies, stuff that we see elderly people do in our community who's supposed to be leaders, you know. So when it comes to like being elderly, like the elderly people, a lot of them you really can't respect because they're not conducting themselves as elders or as elders. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we fall short. But everything you said here, man, is spot on, and it goes to the brothers, and it goes to the sisters. We need to be more productive in the way that we carry ourselves. You know, we influence others based on our actions. Our words we can speak all day long, but without carrying on your actions, it doesn't mean a thing.
Nah, it's a whole fact. You ain't say nothing that ain't been saying. Like again, I can respect the elders who are doing what they've been doing and still living by the message. Like, look, it ain't always
Right.
gonna be peaches and cream, but I listen to some of the elders that I know for a fact are still moving the way they move. Even if they not mobile to move where they want to move at, they'll still sit there and tell you something that will resonate even till today. Because again, there's certain aspects in life that again is a revolving door. It's just
Mhm.
when does it come back and what's going to be the effects behind that, you know? So it's like I
Mhm.
can respect those who are actually bringing the knowledge and actually trying to incorporate what they need to incorporate. I can't respect the others
Right.
that's moving just like the kids. Raiders, what's going on,
Facts.
baby?
Facts. It's all learned behavior, man. All learned behavior.
Okay.
Damn, I heard all that crunching. I heard all that crunching in the background. You eating fried chicken, Nate? I heard all that crunching in
Nah,
the background.
I'm over here kicking this ice from under this door so it don't freeze in here. I almost couldn't get in the damn fucking job earlier. Fucking shit
Nah, I
iced up
feel you.
everywhere, son. Like, nigga,
Yeah,
one of the damn
trust
locks on my job is frozen solid. I said, nigga, even if I had the key, that shit wouldn't have went in there. Like,
Nah, I
nah, I
feel
ain't
you,
doing
brother. It's cold. Brother, I feel you. It's cold over here too, man. I'm dealing with icicles jumping on this cold machine, man. Trying to move all this lumber and debris and wood over this motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's cold out here, man. So I
that.
feel you.
Nah, and I was
Man,
surprised. It's the first time the city felt like this in a hot minute. So I'm like, oh yeah, I ain't gonna be doing much tonight. I'm in my booth.
nah, I feel you, brother. I feel you. But you know how it is. We work them overnight, you know what I'm saying? So you definitely get it. That cold air definitely hits. It's supposed to be in the negatives tonight out here in the Pittsburgh area, man. So, uh, man.
Yeah, New
But yeah, I
York,
had to chime in,
Pittsburgh.
brother.
Now you already
Hmm.
know, man. Shoot, New York, Pittsburgh, Connecticut, all the spots right now that caught one of that storm or whatever. You know, a lot of y'all got an icy situation, especially upstate New York. A lot of y'all been getting snow
Hmm.
since before damn near December. So I already know y'all dealing
All
with a
right.
whole bunch.
All right, dude. It's gonna be slipping and sliding everywhere. You better have your best boots on, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Something that could grip this ice. Otherwise, you're gonna be slipping and sliding everywhere, you know what I mean? But no, on the topic though, Nate. Everything you said was spot on, brother. I can't say that anything you said was wrong. The only thing I can say on my end is just teaching these young brothers and sisters who are coming behind us to learn who they are individually, not what tribe you come from, what clique you come from, but learn you individually. Though you understand your goods, your bads, and improve on what you need to improve on, and focus on what you need to do. Quit trying to follow these music industry people, movies and stuff. Quit trying to mimic other things. You know what I mean? In the society, they don't teach us to be ourselves. You are shamed if you be yourself, but if you pretend as you're someone else, then you're more accepted, and that's a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, again, it's about balancing yourself out, bro. Because again, just because I might not move a certain way, that don't make me less of a brother. That don't make me less of a person in my community. Like, there was one thing I
Facts.
sat there and was bugged out about because I wouldn't even consider myself pro-black. I'm all for freedom of choice, man. I'm all for not
Right.
so much freedom of choice. I'm more just about, look, you live life the way you feel is according to you and is giving you that balance. But see, the
That's
one
right.
thing I did say, and I was looking at something that kind of threw me off. Like some people was talking about that situation with a specific person in that quote unquote pro black community. My thing is,
Hmm.
you can't knock anybody else for doing something for their community. Prime example: if I got a white wife, what the hell is that? What the hell does that got to do with me still doing what I got to do for my people? That my personal
Major
life shouldn't
facts.
have to fucking focus on what I do for my people in the society. There's people right now that
Major
are married
facts.
to people outside their race. That does that mean they're not doing
Mhm.
for their people? These niggas are still doing for their people. So why the fuck
Major
do I
facts.
have to, you know, why do I have to quote unquote have the black wife or anything for me to be considered pro black or to speak on issues or to try to combat issues?
Major facts. Major facts. How I see it, all of those are just titles and labels. Again, people are putting themselves in something that really necessarily don't have to be them. You know what I mean? People are living off certain expectations instead of living on their own expectations. You know what I mean? If you have a white wife or a black wife, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? That's still not going to do anything far as what you do individually. The things that you speak, your experiences, and what you know, that should count more than who you're in bed with or who you're not in bed. You know what I mean? But that's the society we live in. And it's
Uh,
crazy. You know what I mean? That's why at the end of the day, you got to just be yourself and be proud of who you are and stand on your principles instead of trying to live up to people's expectations. People are always going to find something wrong. That's just what they do. We live in a society where they definitely point at what's wrong instead of pointing at what's right. They quick to demonize.
Facts. Ladies, what's going on, baby? And that's why I was saying, like, I was just looking at it because they was having a whole debate about it. Like now, some people had some, like I said, the one person had a good point about that. Like he said, what does my personal background or what does my personal life have to do about what I'm doing now for the people? Like, what should it
Exactly.
matter about who my wife is, who my kids are? Some of the people y'all quote unquote following this quote unquote pro black communities and shit like that, they married to people outside their race. So again, like that's just what I'm saying. It's a stigma when it comes to us. If we ain't moving a certain way, we ain't for the people. I could be walking
Exactly.
around dressed like Urkel all day, but if I'm doing the best I'm doing for my people, what the fuck would you tell me? Absolutely nothing. I'm sorry. I'm doing what I
Major
need to do.
facts, man. Major facts. Major facts. Totally agree with you, bro. I cannot say I disagree. I totally agree. So at the end of the day, like I was saying, it's about knowing who you are, man, and being accepting of what you are as an individual instead of trying to appeal to people or get people's approval. Because people are always going to find something wrong with you. You know what I mean? We got shit. To be clear, we got people nowadays that still don't have the utmost respect for Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, John Henry Clark. You know, and these are not only elders, but they're scholars. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They made a lot of sacrifices for us to even have a YouTube where we can voice our opinion and have these goofy ass debates. You know what I mean? And there's no respect for that. And we're the only ones doing that. No other community is getting on here arguing, debating, putting on a circus act. You know what I mean? And all this has
Nah, the ones that are.
become ridiculous. You know?
Yeah, but the ones that are doing that, that's because again, some of it is mostly because they having their own personal disputes and spats with people. Listen, I'm not gonna be sitting there having no back and forth or even no real anger or hate towards somebody I ain't never meet personally and probably will never meet personally.
Facts.
And even if I met
Hmm.
that person, 9 out of 10, they ain't even gonna have that same energy that they fucking had. So why the hell would I waste my time
Facts.
and energy on that when I got better things to worry
Major
about?
facts.
Mo, what's going on, baby?
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly my approach. The same approach, man. I don't wait. That's why I don't argue. You know what I mean? I don't argue, and I'm very funny with how I get on panels too. You know what I mean? I can rock with you, Nate. You know what I'm saying? You always putting out gems, so I definitely can get up here and rock with you. You know what I mean? But all them other ones, I'll just sit in the audience and watch in the chat. If I get bored, I top right off. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But again, people want to be a part of something. They want to be accepted instead of being accepted for themselves and who they are. They rather be a part of something. So now you got to fit a certain image. You got to think a certain way. You got to live a certain way. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. That's why
yeah,
with my daughters and sons, I try to teach them. You know what I mean? Be yourself. You don't have to be out here. You know what I mean? Fitting in with people and doing what other people do. No, do your own thing. You're unique. I mean, so carry yourself as such.
right. No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why, like, um, I had one day, like I said, I was doing one of my live streams. And I know a couple people heard when my uncle had said that shit. Like, Neff, keep being yourself. You never change. Why the fuck would I change my personality? Why would I change who I am? This is who the fuck I've been. Like, that's one thing
That's
people
right.
fail to realize. You could change certain aspects of your life. You can't change who you are as a person, period. If your personality is this is who you are, you upbeat, you positive, you on whatever time, you keep it that way. If you on
That's right.
if you on a different time where it's like I know I might have my days when it's in, but I'm still gonna do what I need to do, then you keep on doing what you do. Again, nobody is gonna accept you more than you accept yourself. You gotta accept who the hell
Fact.
you are. Listen, I had to
Major
accept the
facts.
fact that I'll never be 6'8" and I'll never be able to dunk on somebody. The fuck? Like I gotta accept things in life for what it is. I can only
That's right.
be happy with what's been given to me. Whatever cards in life you've been dealt, shoot, you could deal them shits back or shoot, make it work. Life is
That's
like
right.
poker, right? For some of them who play poker, life is like poker. You can already have a hot hand. You might just have to get rid of one or two pieces and replace them. You replace them, that
That's
could
right.
be what you need to win.
Mhm. Real talk. Real talk, man. So again, that's why we have to conduct ourselves even better. You know what I mean? Instead of pointing out the flaws, let's point out the solutions and let's point out the pros that we have. You know what I mean? But that has to start with yourself. You know what I mean? A lot of young men, y'all young women out here feel as though they have to get out here and they have to lay around and they have to be a part of a group, join the gang, be a part of this. No, just be who you are. Discover who you are. You know what I'm saying? And enhance yourself with that knowledge of who you are. And everything will start to come to you naturally instead of it being forced. You know what I mean? And that's just my aspect on the whole concept of what's going on in our society and how we move.
Facts.
I mean,
And that's
word.
what I'm saying. You gotta, like I said, I have people that been rocking with me since the sandbox. Even the ones
Mhm.
that ain't in the city no more, they still rock with me. They still chime in. Even sometimes, yo, you remember that time, such and such and such. Even bringing back stories, you be like, look, that's because again, I was one of those that I wasn't in just one specific group. I would be how you would say, not the honorary. Yeah, you might as well call me the honorary Avenger because I was everywhere. I wasn't just with one
Uh-huh.
specific group of people, and it didn't matter who the
Mhm.
group was. If everybody was on that good vibe of just chilling, being themselves, and having fun, I'm for that.
Mhm.
Like,
That's
I'm
right.
not going to sit here and have to, I feel like I got to change this so I can fit in. No. Sometimes you're not
Mhm.
going to fit in with people. If you
That's
feel
right.
you want to fit in with people that are going to be mean spirited and even do fuck shit, then that's on you. I can't do it because I don't got time for all that. That fuck shit at some point will catch you up.
Major facts. Major facts, man. Yeah, it will. It'll definitely catch up with you and catch up with you quick, man. See, you can learn just you don't even have to be a part of something like that. All you gotta do is just sit and observe. Everything is a teachable moment. Everything. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what's going on. You can always absorb and learn something. You know what I mean? The problem is when you start to become more active in that situation, then you find yourself caught up. You know what I mean? And then you're thinking just like everybody else instead of being unique and being yourself. You know what I mean? So I beat the drum about that heavy. You know what I'm saying? Learning self, respect self, and having that self love and just that pride in self. You know what I mean? You got to have that. And a lot of our younger people, they don't have that. They move like zombies. I mean, so they conduct themselves like zombies. Now they're doing the same thing that the last generation did and the generation before that. Somebody's got to break this so-called generational curse.
Facts.
I mean, what other
But
way to
see,
do it? What other way to do it?
but I
I got to
say
go,
every
guys.
time we try to no, but see, it's the thing. Every time some people have gotten to that point of we was all about to get it, again, we became our own enemies to a degree. Yeah, I'm still speaking about melanated
Mm,
folks. We're the only ones that become our own enemies when it comes to trying to build and grow.
mm-hmm.
This is the part of that generational curse because y'all can't sit here and
Facts.
say, well, damn, I respect what he's doing. I can respect Shorty what she's doing. And then when you do have people that are actually fighting for and trying to do whatever, you're sitting there and saying that, oh, they not for us, they just bashing us. No. Some people are just giving a general thesis on what the fuck is going on in the communities and why the shit is happening. But again,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're gonna always get looked at and put in that public spotlight because again, it all began with us. So it's like,
That's right.
and I told somebody, I don't have to be out here acting a fool to make something out of myself. Even if I was in the entertainment field, I don't have to do certain things to just get the spotlight on me all the time. No, fuck that. I don't need it. Let me live my life
Facts.
quietly. You got people right now that you try to say, oh, they sold out, they did this, they did that. How could they have sold out when they not in the spotlight like everybody else is? Like some people was talking about what's the name? Theo from the Cosby. You see how quiet his life is, nigga. He been in that industry for a bit. Some
Mm-hmm.
people just live a private life. They know how to keep things out of the fucking media. They know how to just keep things out of people's ears. If it's not nothing that
Exactly.
needs to be discussed with a bunch of people, don't discuss it. Leave it be.
That's
Hold
right.
on, okay.
Shit, look
Come
at
on, Tanya.
Denzel
Let me come here
Washington.
with
Look
that,
how
man.
quiet
Let me
he
come
is.
here with that. I thought you were asleep. Thought you were asleep.
Oh, man.
Tanya, what up? What up?
Yeah. Uh, did you hear about this song that Cat Williams put out on Ludacris and everybody else?
Yeah.
Man, he said Quincy Jones that he was dating Quincy Jones, but I like to say this about each of
Mm,
the parents, Nate. Yeah, it's just like when Ethan Crummer's parents bought him that gun, and look what happened. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the parents. You're supposed to be responsible for that. You ain't supposed to give it to your kid the next time and then you didn't keep the gun in where it's supposed to be, and look what your kid did. And now look at the two of y'all. Y'all's going on trial now. Dad, Dad, it's just I don't know. I'm just getting too old for this mess, man. This is 2024. I thought 2024 was going to be quiet, but now it's just burning with gasoline now.
mm,
God, that.
crazy. But I'm gonna hop down, brother Nate. I'm freezing out here in the cold because of you,
Yeah, it's
man.
cold here in Jersey too, man.
Nigga, get
Yeah,
your ass out the cold then, man. I told you you was at work while you coming up here. See, you want to be light skinned today. See. Look, you see what happened?
Light skin. Well, you know your nephew Rufus. Your nephew Rufus wanted me to get on you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Come on out here and get him. Come make a
Nah,
snowman with him. You know what I mean?
that's that's your job, son. You the uncle right now, son. You got him. Pops
Yo,
out here
mad
making
love,
fun,
respect, brother Nate.
son.
yeah,
Yo, mad love, brother Nate. I'm gonna hop up off this here, and I'm gonna catch up with you, good brother. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Appreciate you.
You already
yeah,
know, bro. You always more than welcome to pop in. Appreciate you for popping in on the panel.
Salutes.
yeah.
Hold up, I knew somebody was coming in here shadow hugging again. Hey, GJ. Hey, GJ.
I like your avatar. It's cool.
Hey. Wait, hold on. Hey, GJ. Hey. You say hi when you come up in here, man. I don't come in your chat and not say nothing to you. I'll be talking about these shadow huggers, man. Coming up here with that bullshit.
Oh God.
Nah, it's all good, bro. You already know. I knew I smelled shadows in the fucking.
DJ
I knew
saved
I
my
smelled
life,
shadows in my
man.
nose.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, he Cat Williams really. I heard the rap song. It wasn't all that good, but he said his piece about it. So
But
and he
see,
was
hold on.
dating, huh?
You notice one thing though, Tanya?
Mhm.
Nobody said that man was lying though. I don't care
No.
what response you done said, what you
Mhm.
thought you gave, especially none of y'all came out and said that he was flat out lying or had proof that he was lying on something. So like I said,
Yeah,
I believe most of what he was saying
yeah.
is
I
true.
believe most
But this
what he
is something
said
that's
too.
been being said about. So
Yeah, because he told Shay Shay the what I'm saying is the truth and let it be. Let the chips fall where they may. And he
yeah.
said that too. He said, "Let the chips fall where they may." I said something to Steve Harvey. And Steve Harvey just said the haters. So, and Monique said the same thing. And I think Monique is trying to be on his side too. So, let the chips fall where they may with it. But it's not hurting him none. It's not hurting him not one bit. But he told his truth, and he said that's the only way he could get this truth to be heard. You know. And Chase and Shadow Johnson, are you afraid to be blackballed? He said, nope,
Yeah,
nope,
because you already been blackballed to a degree. But then
yeah,
again, I think he one of them smart ones, like how some of them. Whatever money I came across doing what I was doing, I saved
Yeah,
it or I put it back into the community one way or another, and it's coming back. But see, like
yeah,
we said, it's more people, not just comedians. It's people that have been said that about all the fields of that industry. Let's keep it real. That they
yeah,
underpaid, they the most, they work the hardest, and they
yeah.
paid the less.
You haven't heard from Clifton Davis of Amen and That's My Mom. You haven't really heard what he says. He's out of the spotlight these days. And you're right about Theo. You haven't really heard him say much of anything. And he's like out of the spotlight for that. And he keeps his business his business.
But see, a lot of them been like that.
Mhm.
There's some who they might have gotten into that field, but they ain't completely cross over or sell out the way some of them other ones did. Prime
Yeah,
example, you can tell who really went through it and who didn't go through it because guess what? Some of
yeah.
them ones we just said they not on the camera no more.
No.
They just did something with recently with Lamont from Fred Sanford and shit. And he
Yeah,
just did an
yeah.
interview with him. And that's crazy because I didn't even know son was from out here in the city. I didn't know he was from Harlem. I didn't know he was born out here.
And look at
Like I
John
thought he
Amos.
was from
Yeah.
another spot.
And
I
look at
thought he was
John
from
Amos of Good Times. He's on bad straits now.
yeah.
He's not doing all that well, but it's just like, like it's just a darn shame that this generation's got to get together. But like you said, if you're a parent and you have a weapon in your hand, you better make sure that weapon is cocked, is locked, and not let that kid find it. And if you give it to your kid for a birthday present, you better make sure that kid gives you back the gun you bought and put it in the safe deposit box or whatever you do. But don't take it. But this kid just decided to be Rambo, and they're looking for the death penalty for this kid for the top shooting. And hey, hey, let the chips fall where they may with him, man. That's all I have to say about it. But you know what? It's just it's just a prime example of this society has to straighten itself up. I don't know. They should have straightened itself up back in the 70s and 80s and 90s when I was growing up, especially in the 70s and 80s. But we were still trying to figure out who we are as a people. But because every time you saw a TV show, they said they're not going to show another poor family again on TV. You know,
Yeah.
you know. But you
Oh,
never know. So there's always something always wrong. And the industry, like you said, it's like you sell yourself to the devil, and you pay for it at the end. I'm not doing that. I'm not selling myself to the devil and nobody else for that matter.
facts. Hold on. Didi, what's going on, you shadow baby?
Yeah. Hey,
Nah,
Diddy.
you good. You good,
Diddy.
Keith.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good, Keith. You already know you more than welcome, bro. Like anybody, I'm
Yeah.
more than welcome to hit this link.
Yeah. Somebody said Diddy got busted. I haven't heard nothing about that yet. But hey, Diddy,
Didi?
if I was you, I start talking, or they're already snitching you out already, Diddy. Okay, okay, and
From what I was hearing, from what I did hear, I don't know how true that was. They
yeah,
said he settled out of one of them cases. One of them cases he did settle out of. But see, this is the thing. Shout outs to Riders. Shout outs to Riders, because I was in her live earlier and she was covering something, but it's the truth though.
mhm,
Like the one thing I can honestly say is that if you really didn't do nothing, you don't need to settle out for nothing. Prime example. Like most people would try to say because may he rest in peace, when Mike settled out that situation. He only settled it out because he had somebody in his ear telling him this the best way to do it, it's the best plan, yada yada. But guess what? In the same token, it kind of left him looking crazy because now people started thinking, yo, he really did it. And again, if you know you didn't do it, and I would say it to anybody, I don't give a damn if you're in the industry or not. If you know you didn't do nothing, there's no need for you to settle out of anything. No, not
mhm,
just because you want the process to be over or because of nothing. No. If you know you
mhm,
didn't do it and you can stand on it, then stand on it.
yeah.
But
Diddy
but
should. I'm sorry. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you good. I'm trying to close this window again. You
Oh,
good.
okay. Diddy should have just not settled it with the woman if he knew that he was innocent. But his lawyer says, Diddy, you better settle this, and you have to deal with this woman right now. because you got other problems besides her. Okay, you got
But she could be the main one. She
yeah,
could be the main one that shut everything down. That's exactly,
yep,
and that's how they get you. Try to
mhm,
get the main person that you think could just let them. But then again, you still got other shit to worry about, like you say. Still got other cases to worry about,
mhm,
and all those shits could run concurrent. Kev,
yeah.
what's going on, my guy?
And look what's going on with Donald Trump now. He's on the second trial for that defamation lawsuit against Jean Carroll, and she's asking for $10 million. He already got convicted. He already got sued for the first trial that he did with her. Now he's back in court right now trying to deal with this thing. And right now, hey, Vin Diesel's up for he's being sued for defamation too, for he said did something with a woman. I'm telling you, man. Uh people just gotta if you're a millionaire, you better just stay away from some of these women because these women will eat your life. If they say you did something, they'll sue you for every penny you got. Okay, so it's just a it's just a different animal with the industry the way it is now. So, um, but like I said before, man, uh, you know, try not to sell yourself to the devil. People want to be in the industry so doggone bad they'll just do anything just to rise to the top of the heap. And once you get there, you gotta pay them back. You said you owe me for putting you there, and if they put you there, they'll take you out like that. You
See,
know.
and that's the thing. Even if you go and try to see, like again, I could say half of those people in that industry, again, they didn't fully go all the way some people did. Because again, you
Hmm.
can see they not getting the acting roles, they not getting the music roles and stuff like that, like how they was getting before. Yeah, but you gotta look at it. Some people are just comfortable. They learn how to live within whatever. If I was blessed to get where I had to get to, I gotta remember my humble beginnings. And again, money comes and goes, but your
Hmm.
integrity and your morals stick with you forever. They will be with
Yeah.
you until the day you close your eyes. So if you wasn't doing anything that should have been done, hey, you gonna get the backlash of it. But then you got
Yeah.
some people who get into this field, they be so thirsty to get into it. I spoke about this recently, but then once they get in it, they messing themselves up. They crashing. If I just got a lucrative deal where I know I don't have to sacrifice my morals and my integrity and I'm able to help my people, why the hell would I be out in the streets doing dumb shit that I know is going to get me locked up or possibly, especially something that could be federal? You think I'm going to sit there and risk myself being in federal jail and can't do shit? No.
Nope. Nope. There are people that be in the porn business and they say the porn business is not like what it is now. But sometimes they say if you want to be successful, they say the first place you do is porn and you gotta do what they tell you to do. I'm not willing to do that neither. But there are some people who are so doggone desperate. It's like a drug. The once you taste that, once you taste that, you can't get it out. It's like a drug. You don't have to worry about the drug dealer on the corner. Worry about the drug dealing people in the industry, the music industry, the porn industry, politicians, anything, just to get the taste of that power. And once you got that power, it's hard to wean off it. It should be like industry rehab. You should. I'm an alcoholic. They should be say I was I I I I sold my morals for this rehab.
Yeah.
I sold my morals for this rehab. And I can see a lot of people in there. People go in for sex addiction and all that. Once they get in trouble, I'm going in for sex addiction.
Yeah,
Once
I
they
mean,
get in trouble, that's the first place they go to. I'm going to sex addiction, man.
yeah.
Look
Oh,
what happened
shit.
to Matthew Perry. He had his problems from the beginning of his career until they found he was doped up on ketamine when he
Yeah.
drowned in that pool. And I just said
Yeah.
he's my age. I'm 57. He was like 54 years old. And I was wondering why they're bringing it up now because they must have found something in his system that made him do all that stuff. It's just that the industry is it's like you're signing your life away until they won't they say once you get a certain age you're not as popular as you used to be. If you have that one hit record, you have it for a while, but you got to do more and more and more and more to get to that top of that mountain. Because if you don't, you'd be like just another artist. They go on these America's Got Talent shows, and they go on these the chef shows, and they be there for a while, and then they just not, you don't hear from them no more. You know, you know, it's just a it's just a different kind of animal. The way thing, the Gilgo Beach Killer. Look at him now. He's up on charges of the fourth woman that was found on that beach. Okay, and right now that investigation is closed until they find out if he's involved in those other bodies that was found on that beach. So I looked at his eyes, and he looked like he was like the devil incarnate. You know what I'm saying? He had no expression whatsoever. He looked like, he was like he's like a different animal. He was an architect, but people say who knew him don't do business with him. You know? hmm I don't know what the future is now, Nate. The Nate is this. I hope this future doesn't go to hell in a handbasket, as my grandmother used to say. It's going to hell in a handbasket, and I'm just telling you, Nate. It's just like right now, the voting's coming up, and like I said, the candidates that I see now, two are old, and right now I just don't know who to vote for. I'm just gonna just vote. I want to vote, but the voting process right now is just so disgusting, and I just don't know. I wish there was somebody different besides Biden in office. And if I don't vote, then they say Trump might get in. But right now, my voting process is up in the air. I'd rather vote for Shaft at this point. John Wick. John Wick. I vote for Shaft, John Wick, who else? Captain Murtaugh, anybody besides these two candidates that I'm facing with now. Okay? And Chris Christie's out. Hey, Chris Christie, people at the shore still waiting for that apology you said. Out cleaning up with the mop thing and the bridge gate, Chris Christie. Good. I'm glad you're gone. You should have been out long time ago, dork. Okay? So at this point, Nate, I'm just voting uh for Captain America, Wonder Woman, or Black Panther. I wish Black Panther was still around. I vote for him too. But right now, the candidates that's up for grabs in 2024, it's just like I'd rather watch the paint dry than vote. But I want to vote, but right now it's heartbreaking. It's like watching a car accident, and you want to stay away from it, but it keeps drawing you to that accident. That's what the election is. It's an election accident. That's what it is. A car
Yeah.
crash election. It's a
Nah, but
car
you know
crash
what?
election. Huh?
But I'll be honest with you though.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of things and a lot of reasons why our futures are looking kind of bleak. And again, this is why I'm saying you got to be able to fight things. Or see, even coming into, I was saying to even the early 2000s, we still had a moral of fighting for things that we know for a fact we always stood on and we felt was right. It ain't like that no more because again, everybody is fiending to get to that top position, but not put in the work. Like I said earlier, and I'm gonna say it again: success don't come easy, it don't come cheap, and it don't come as quick as you think it's gonna come. Gotta work,
Yeah.
gotta do something.
But some people think they're inherited by it. They get all this money, they're inherited, they don't put in no work. It's just given to them like on a silver platter. And what do they do with that money? They spend it and they don't know how to invest in it or do anything with it. They just use it, say, heck with working. I got this easy money and, the heck with it. I'll deal with it when it comes. If I'm broke, I'm broke, but I'm not putting in no work. They say it's too freaking hard. Okay, well, we should do fight the power and on the road to self-destruction back in the 80s and 90s. Okay, so listen, people's not putting in the work no more. It's just like I said, they like hand it to them or they're inherited with a lot of money, and they say I don't have to go to work no more. I got all this money I've inherited. I got billions of dollars. I don't care, and it's just it's a darn shame. So thanks for having me up here, Nate, and thanks you But like my grandmother used to do when she met Mrs. King, she knew the risk of everybody knowing that Mrs. King was going to be there. I think she was afraid the place was going to get bombed or anything else like that. And I thank my grandma for doing that, even though she knew the risk. She put, she knew the risk going there and talking to Mrs. King, and everybody knew she was probably going to be there, and she was afraid there was going to be rioting or dogs, cops arresting her or whatever. I don't know, but she took
Yeah.
the risk. She did it, and I have that for my prosperity of my history. And I'm gonna preserve. I'm gonna get a necklace made out of that and have it for the rest of my freaking life. And it's not like the same anymore. It's just like it's just they say it's like survival of the fittest. May the last one be standing. I'm gonna be standing on my own 2 feet. Nobody wants to stand on their own 2 feet no more. They just want to have it inherited them. Nobody wants to put in the work. It's just that I have the money and consequences be darned. I'm just getting too old for this mess. I'm getting too
Ah,
old
we
for this.
all are.
Huh?
I said we all are. Shoot.
Yeah. It's just, you know what? It's like you can't change people's mind. They're gonna think what they think, and like right now with this AI thing, uh, popping up everywhere, I'm afraid of it. Some people say it can be used for good. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. You let somebody do it for good, and then if they do it for evil and do it for their own selfish purposes, be like Skynet, and you'll have all these Skynet things running around, and you have a lot of people. Megan's another one. You're gonna have a lot of Megans and a lot of Skynet Terminator people coming around and messing things up, and Skynet is gonna fight, and AI is gonna fight back. And what you're gonna do? You can't stop it. Once that genie's out the bottle, there's no containing it. It's already out there, and you can't really stop it or contain it unless you know somebody who's really capable of keeping this thing contained. But I'm afraid of AI at this point. I really am, because you don't know if that thing is going to start turning on you or not. I don't trust AI at all. I really don't. No, I don't. They warned us up like that in the Skynet in the 80s. We should have listened to them now. And right now, that's just genie's out the bottle. It's bigger than the both of us now. So, you know, it's already in your computers, your phones, and it's in the medical industry, and it's already starting to eliminate some jobs because of this AI stuff. Oh God.
But
So I
they
don't
can't
trust AI
eliminate.
at all.
Yeah, but they can't eliminate everybody as far as in the work fields. Even if they was trying to motivate towards all this AI shit, you
Hmm.
still would need people to run shit because again, AIs can't fucking do paperwork. They're not gonna sit at no desk and do no paperwork and do all this extra shit. But see, that's why I was saying even before this became a thing,
Uh-huh.
we had multiple warnings on us trying to get things in order so we wouldn't have to worry about that. See, there's some people again who could have possibly saved their own selves if they would have listened or even got in on it. Like, you know what? If
Mm.
this is what it's going to be, maybe I could be a factor in this to where even if I got to cut this job or lose this job, at least I still have something going. You
Remember that movie Space Odyssey? Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I can't do that, Dave. Oh God,
know?
that was scary. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I can't do that, Dave. Why? And I guess that AI was listening to that guy's conversation, and the AI thought he was a traitor. And man, like I said, every time I saw that movie, I got scared to death that it was going to be like one of those. One of the actors going to say, open the pod board, bay doors, Hal." I said, "I can't do that, Dave." Yeah, yeah. God, that movie still scares me to death to this day. Even though it's old, it sort of tells the truth about it. Like that movie Soylent Green. Soylent Green is people. You're gonna be like that movie. Soylent Green is people. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. All them other movies, and it's warning us. If we don't take care of ourselves and like you said, AI is not gonna do no paperwork or anything like that. But there's gonna be a time when it's gonna start. We're gonna have to start fighting back. I don't know what that will be. It's like the biggest Godzilla in the world. But like I said, open the pod bay doors. Oh, God. Oh, God, man. That was a scary movie. Space Odyssey, man. He was running around do 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 do. And the AI was fine with Dave for a while, but then Dave got tired of Dave,
Yeah.
and Dave couldn't stop him
So,
unless he could pulled out some electric. I says, "Open the pop bay doors, Hal." That movie still scares me to death to this day. Oh God. Well, listen. My work. I hope my workshop opens tomorrow. If it does, I'll go there tomorrow. Cause I might be at the workshop for 2 days until this other storm hits us on Friday. So I don't know. But
yeah, because
if
we
they,
still got some snow and some sort of rain coming for the weekend. So,
yeah,
like I said,
so
the
listen,
university was trying to make
yeah,
sure y'all was good. Because you
yeah,
couldn't really do much even in the city. Some of the spots in the city was actually closed because, again,
uh huh.
sanitation didn't do their job. They didn't salt down the
You know
roads. They
what?
didn't salt down the sidewalks and none of that. So,
Uh, don't tell me about that because I remember in Middlesex when we had the blizzard night before they would pile up the snow on our on the driveway, and it took us a long while to shovel that mess. Nobody knows how to do. That's why I retired from raking leaves and shoveling crud. That's why I call snow these days crud. Okay, so and listen, uh, like I said, the election is coming up in November, and right now I haven't decided who I want to reelect, Biden or like I said, I want to have Mickey Mouse at this point. It's getting down to Mickey Mouse, Wonder Woman, Shaft, and anybody else. I want to be in the real world, but the real world of politics is starting to look freaking ugly at this point. It really is. Hmm. But I wish you have a good rest of your day and your night, Nate. And you know, you know, you younger generation, I know we did our thing, but it's about time we start. Martin Luther King didn't die just to have us be incomplacent. He wasn't incomplacent, but it cost him his life. And look what my grandmother did. She went to see Mrs. King. It almost cost her life. So listen, we could sure use another Martin Luther King now, or Malcolm X, or something like that. But like I said, it's like I hope we're not headed on self destruction. You're headed for self destruction, and I don't know, Nate. 2024 is starting to burn a little bit. It's not putting out the flames, man. It really ain't. Mhm. Mhm. It really is. Right now, I'm praying for a better life and a better future for me. I'm 57 going on 58, and I want to see this generation do good. I really do. Mhm.
it'll
Mhm.
happen. Again,
Yeah,
it's not going to be
and
easy, but
and
it'll
if you ever
happen.
hear that Cat Williams did some Ludacris, he said he was bisexual. He was dating Quincy Jones. I think he really. I said, and everybody's saying Ludacris, you better respond to this. You better respond to this, because Cat Williams is chewing you up and spitting you out at this point. He,
Yeah,
he
he
did it on Suge.
responded.
He
He
did it on Suge
responded.
Knight's podcast. Huh?
No, but see, he responded, but then the same token, like I said, all these responses from all these people, like
Hmm.
I said, not one person has come out and said he was completely lying or have
Mm.
proof of him lying. But this is something that has already been said, not just by him, but by multiple others who have been
Yeah,
trying
Monique.
to, not just Monique, we can go back deeper. Prince and
Y-
everybody else have said certain
Yeah,
things about these industries when
yeah.
it comes
Michael
down to
Jackson,
everything.
DMX.
Nobody paid attention.
Michael Jackson, DMX, but DMX died because of this. So it's what, and I got to say, who made well, right now R. Kelly's in jail, prison right now. He's trying to get out of prison. But like I said, I pray 2024 will be a good year, and I'm gonna say, Grandma, Ma, I got your picture, Mrs. King. I'm making a necklace out of it in your honor, man. I love you to death. I still miss you and Grandpa. And I'm glad you was I'm glad you didn't get shot up, bombed, and everything else when y'all was involved in this stuff, man. You know. You did it for people like me and everybody else. And I'm glad you did that photo shoot with Mrs. K, even though it came at a certain price for you. Excuse me. But
Exactly.
you have a blessed night, Nate, you know?
You too, Tanya, and definitely
Yeah, and I
appreciate
like
you
to
for
say
calling
this.
in.
Hey, Captain Murdoch, if you ever run for president, I'm voting for you because I'm getting too old for this mess. Nobody knows who Captain Murdoch is. That's from Lethal Weapon. He told the truth about it, too. Captain Murdoch said, I'm getting too old for this shit. And he said the truth, and I believe him. I sure do. Well, you have a good night, Nate.
You have a good one, Tanya, and enjoy yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you for
Listen, Nate,
popping
you
in.
always welcome on my show. If you want to talk about Cat again or anybody else for that matter, you are always welcome.
I appreciate you. I gotta
Hmm
start catching everybody because I'm telling you, I
I
be
like
getting
your
so many.
avatar. It's cool. Like the boxer or is that, where'd you get that from? That's cool.
Oh no, some app that I'm using that I've been creating my thumbnails and stuff on. Some of my short videos recently, I've been using that same app to do it. So
Oh, okay.
I'm Iron
What is
Nate
it?
Tyson, and everybody has a plan till they get punched in their scalp piece.
Nate,
Lady,
it's
what's
a
going
Mike
on, baby?
Tyson. Nate is a Mike Tyson of the apps. What's the app? Amazon or Amazon or
What the app? Oh no, no,
yeah.
it's some uh Reface. It's called
Oh,
the
Repaint.
Reface app. Yeah.
Okay. And Keefy D, if I was you, I'd start talking. He's trying to handle his own case right now. Keefy D ain't gonna do nothing to help his case either. So I'd like to say, hey, Captain Murdoch, if you're out there, if you're running for president, I'd vote for you right now. You got my vote. I'm not voting for these other people because it's just ridiculous. It really is. I'm not dealing with Trump or Kamala Harris or anybody else. Christy, like I said, Christy, the people on the shore still want an apology from you. If you don't, they already booing you now. I had him for governor of New Jersey, and he just was an egotistical little snot that didn't know how to do nothing right. He really was. You know, he
Yeah.
said, "You want to clean up the shore? Go down there and clean it up with the mop." His words.
Mm.
And the people of the shore still hasn't forgotten about that neither. Hmm if he goes down to the shore and they see him, hey Christy, up yours. They'll do it to him too, Nate. They would. They would see Christy. You may talk bad about Trump. You was with Trump all the rest of the way, and Giuliani. Hey, Christy. Everybody's booing you at the shore. They're glad you're not running for president. They wouldn't vote for you for dog catcher here in Jersey. Okay, I'm just telling the truth about it. So you know. Well, anywho, you have a good night, Nate, and God bless you, and Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, Tanya. You have a good one.
Oh, yeah, you are always welcome on my show anytime you want to come on up.
No doubt. Definitely gonna be
Yeah,
chiming.
yeah, music and idiot free.
Oh, that's what's up.
Hmm And I still see Dax. Yeah, like I said, back in the days, Mom took that long thing, looked like a pair of scissors, because she put it on the stove and curled your hair with it. Okay, that was precursor to curling irons, you know. So that was it. Back in the kitchen, I still think about that stove. How come I'm still bearing it right now? God. Well, peaches, everybody.
Peaches, Tanya.
Hmm
Shout outs to everybody that popped in tonight for the conversation. I'm still not done, but I think I'm gonna put part of this for tomorrow night. So yeah, got a briefness of what's going on again. Um, Again, it's time for us to start elevating the playing field. Again, some of y'all start thinking for yourself. Don't allow other people to think for you, create for you, do anything. It's good to take advice, especially if it's good advice. And it's also good to, again, have strength and structure within yourself. Whatever you do, whatever makes you happy, even if certain people ain't happy with how you're moving or how you're building, then those are the people you stay away from. I wouldn't care if you grew up in the sandbox with them. If they can't respect you for who you are as a person and who you building yourself up as, then those ain't the ones you need to be around. This is what I'm saying. We could do that. We just gotta put the motion forward. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I held y'all long enough. For those who might have just been tuning in, you could catch the replay. And again, shouts to Hammer Nation and shout out to Keith for popping in on the panel. And I'm gonna be revisiting some of this tomorrow night. Trust me, 'cause we gonna dig deep. And we need to dig deep. And again, it's for the sole betterment of our succession in life. We need to be more successful than what we are now. And we shouldn't have to run and chase anything just to be that. Just work hard at what you work hard at. Trust me. But let me get up out of here. Always a blessing as always to bring something to the people. Oh yeah, before I do get up out of here, I do want to again give shout outs to where they need to be given out to. Shout outs to everybody who has been a part of this build one way or another, whether it was advice, whether it was actually helping something, doesn't matter. You are a beneficial part of this growth, whether you hear it every day or not. Don't ever think that I'll take anybody for granted because I won't. Because again, without the people, you can't do anything. You can't reach where you need to reach at. But yeah. So yeah, tomorrow, don't worry. You might get a triple dose of me. I'll definitely be back in the morning with some good old words of encouragement. And I could come back down to the nether realms again, just in case if I'm having a problem with the Twitch app. I'll come back down in the nether realms and give y'all some good old vibes on the backup. And again, we're gonna have this discussion tomorrow night at 9. So we're gonna finish dusting off. So what we're gonna keep doing, whether the people like it or not. Gotta start bringing back what's right. Ethics, morals, and just complete understanding of self. You don't understand who you are as a person, nobody else will ever do that for you. So again, start loving yourself and start creating. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout outs to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance tonight, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. Let me get myself up out of here. I think it's time for my first break of the night. About to be fat and light skinned up in this booth, but nonetheless appreciate you all. Hopefully y'all stay safe. And again, for everybody in the city, hopefully y'all keep yourselves as safe as possible, especially in these icy conditions. If you ain't gotta be out, keep yourself in the crib. Keep yourself safe. And if you have to be out there, hey, still make sure you keeping yourself safe and keeping yourself warm too. Next couple days will be kind of cold. Back to that good old New York City winter I'm used to. Oh, I love it. I'm about to have a field day about this. And I gotta go support a few other people I see got some lives coming up. And shout outs to DJ Is, shout outs to Armando and a few other ones that are live right now. Oh yeah, realist, I gotta catch your replay. I didn't even know you had a premiere earlier, fool. But y'all stay safe, keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings. Oh yeah, James, you know I'm safe, bro. Come on, I'm in the booth all night. I don't have to do nothing. Keeping myself warmed up for the night. Definitely have a great one, y'all. Peace and blessings.